Have you ever thought about this? What if a self-made millionaire lost every single penny? Could they actually do it all over again? Well, today we're breaking down an exact 9-year roadmap from someone who says, absolutely, they could. So that's the big question, isn't it? When entrepreneur Mark Tilbury was asked this, his answer was a very confident yes. But honestly, the real question isn't if he could do it, it's how. And that's the plan we're about to walk through, step by step. Okay, so before we start the clock on this 9-year journey, we have to understand the ground rules. There are a few key things here that make this whole challenge both incredibly tough and, really fascinating. So here are the rules of the game. The start date is 2020. Yep, right in the middle of a global pandemic. The starting age, just 16 years old, with no qualifications and absolutely zero money. The only advantage they get to keep all the knowledge they've ever learned. The goal is to go from a broke teenager to a millionaire investor. To keep track of how this is all going, we're going to have a counter on screen for both time and net worth. And as we kick things off, they're both set to a big fat 0. Let's get this started. All right, the first phase is all about putting those initial building blocks in place. We're talking cash flow and high-value skills, because without these two things, the rest of the plan is pretty much impossible. The very first move is simple, but it's absolutely critical. Get a job. Any job. The goal here isn't to get comfortable or find your dream career. It's purely about getting an income stream going. Because without money, it's just really, really hard to do anything. This income isn't for comfort, it's the fuel for everything that's coming next. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures that danger of the golden handcuffs. The second a salary makes you comfortable, it can just kill your ambition. The plan is to use this salary as a tool, not as the final destination. So with an income stream secured, move 2 is to start a side hustle. And the goal here is very specific. Learn the #1 high-income skill for today's world, and that is online marketing. And the way we're going to do that is with a dropshipping store, where you sell products online without ever having to hold the inventory yourself. Now, this is a fantastic breakdown of the myth versus the reality of something like dropshipping. It's so often sold as this easy, get-rich-quick thing. But the reality, and the whole reason it's chosen for this plan, is that it's basically a crash course in modern business. It forces you to learn advertising, web design, how to write copy that sells. These are the skills that are the real foundation for building wealth. Okay, so now money is coming in from 2 places, the job and the side hustle. And this is a really critical point where so many people fall off. It's not about how much you make, it's all about what you do with it. And this right here is the #1 enemy of building wealth, lifestyle inflation. It's that supernatural habit of spending more as you earn more, to maybe impress your friends or just reward yourself. It's a trap, and it keeps even high earners living paycheck to paycheck. To avoid this, a strict budget is completely non-negotiable. So the strategy is to put every single spare dollar to work in 3 very specific ways. First, build an emergency fund, so you stay out of debt. Second, invest in a tax-advantaged retirement account, like a pension, for that long-term growth. And third, consistently, every single month, invest in a low-cost index fund, like the S&P 500. Starting this at age 16, wow, you just unleash the incredible power of compound interest. So, with that financial foundation rock solid, the plan shifts from just earning money to actively scaling your income. This is where things really start to accelerate. Move number 3 is all about people. It means cutting off those negative influences and actively going out and finding mentors and other people on the same path. And what's the fastest way to do that in today's world? Use social media. By documenting your journey, sharing what you're learning, you start to attract this powerful network that can open doors you didn't even know were there. The moment our 16-year-old turns 18, it's time for move 4. Get a credit card. Now, this is a seriously powerful financial tool, but it has to be handled with extreme discipline. It's a tool with 2 very different sides. I mean, think of it like fire. Used correctly, a credit card gives you purchase protection, rewards, and most importantly, it builds your credit score. And that score is vital for getting good loans for future investments, like real estate. The rules are simple. Only buy things you would have bought anyway, like gas or groceries, and always pay the balance in full every single month. That's how you avoid the burn of interest and fees. Move 5 is the big one. It's the culmination of everything so far. It's time to combine the money, the high-income skills, and that network you've built to launch a truly scalable business, probably something online or in software. Once you find a good idea, the key is to grow aggressively, reinvesting all the profits right back into growth and setting it all up so it can run without being completely dependent on your time. So, with a successful automated business generating some serious cash flow, we finally arrive at the last stage of the plan. The focus shifts completely from actively working for money to having your money work for you. This is the investor phase. And here's what that final portfolio looks like. Half of it is in real estate, generating rental income and appreciation. A quarter of it just continues to grow with the market in those index funds. Then you have allocations for investing in other businesses, your pension, a small amount for fun individual stock picks, and a tiny little slice for high-risk assets like crypto. This diversification is all about preserving and growing wealth for the long, long term. And there you have it. That's the whole journey, from a minimum wage job at 16 to a diversified investment portfolio. It's a step-by-step process. It's a combination of earning, learning, being disciplined with your money, and then strategically scaling everything over 9 years. Look, this was never a get-rich-quick scheme. It was a blueprint for building wealth from nothing but knowledge. So after seeing this entire 9-year roadmap laid out, the only question that's left is for you. What's your first move?